Hi, I'm Steve from Seizmik, and I want to talk to you today about windshields. They're just about the most common accessory people put on utility vehicles and side-by-sides, and there are tons of choices. You've got different features and different benefits and different materials that the windshields can be made out of. What we want to do today is give you some information so that you can know what's going on with the different materials that people make windshields out of, and you can choose the best one for the type of riding that you do. There's a lot of claims made and a lot of different materials with a lot of different properties and a big range in prices between these various choices. So understanding what the real world looks like for these different materials when they're put through their paces and what kind of riding you do, we can hopefully help you with this video make the right choice to buy the right windshield material for the type of riding that you're doing. There are 4 primary types of materials that are available for utility vehicle and side-by-side windshields: glass, double hard-coated polycarbonate, regular polycarbonate, and acrylic. Acrylic is the lowest cost option. It's optically incredibly clear. You can polish it after it's been scratched, and it's amazingly UV stable. You can keep it outside for a very, very long time, and it won't yellow as a result of UV degradation. Now, uncoated polycarbonate is more expensive than acrylic, has incredible impact resistance characteristics to it, and can be cleaned easier with a wider range of cleaning materials than can acrylic. Coated polycarbonate has the same characteristics as regular polycarbonate, but the coating makes it incredibly scratch resistant. You're not going to scratch it up with normal cleaning, you're not going to scratch it up with driving through branches, and it's going to stay clear and be fantastic to look through for a really long period of time and stand up to a lot of abuse. In this test, we're simulating cleaning the windshield with a squeegee. Just like you would do if you were out riding and your windshield gets all muddy and covered in junk, you're going to probably get out of your vehicle and clean it off with a squeegee. So what we did is we built this rig that allows us to apply mud to the windshield and drag it through and apply a consistent amount of pressure on each one of these windshield materials so that you can see how they hold up to the abrasion of a squeegee and mud. So this is a pretty good real-world test, and it's more pressure than what you would probably put on a windshield when you're applying a squeegee to it. But that's okay, because this is a test, and what we're really simulating, even though it's more pressure, is what it would be like if you cleaned your windshield a number of times with a squeegee. In this test, we built a rig that goes in the bed of the vehicle so that we could attach each of the 3 different pieces of material that we're testing in the same spot and drive it down the same trail and have the same amount of pressure from the same tree branches applied, so that you could really see how each of the materials holds up when it's being driven through this type of environment, having trees rub on it, getting the normal scratches that happen when you ride on tight trails. The impact test was by far the most fun to do and the most fun to build. We made an air cannon that could shoot rocks at a controlled speed, and we bought a device to measure the speed of the rocks that we're shooting at the windshields. So what we're hoping to simulate here is driving along, and maybe you're behind somebody on a trail or your vehicle is being trailered, and a rock comes up and hits your windshield. When we did the impact test, we didn't test the hard-coated polycarbonate versions because the hard coating does nothing to affect the characteristics of the impact resistance or the brake resistance. So while this test is accurate, and you can actually see with your own eyes what happens when you hit a rock with your windshield going at speed, practical experience is acrylic windshields don't break very often from usage. We've got windshields that have been on vehicles for hundreds of miles and trailered for thousands of miles and driven hard, and we have never ever broken an acrylic windshield in actual usage situations. I hope this video has been helpful in getting you a lot of information on windshields so that you can buy the right one for your vehicle. There's different price points, different properties, and a lot of things to take into consideration when you're buying a windshield. So now, armed with this information, hopefully you can buy the right windshield for the kind of riding you do.